Hi friends, today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. It's Mrs. Watkins, and today we're going to continue on with our theme this week, which is all about toys. So today I am wearing my handy dandy lab coat. Well, actually it's not my handy dandy lab coat because that's still at school. But I found Mr. Watkins' nice white shirt and he's going to let me borrow it. So I'm going to be using it today as a representation of my awesome lab coat because today we're going to be thinking like scientists. Today would have been the 138th day of school. Will you help me write the number? Ready? Put some air in your air pencil. Ready? Making a straight line is fun. That's the way you make a 1. Around the tree, that's the way you make a 3. Let's make an 8. Make an S, don't wait, go straight up and make an 8. Today we're going to be taking a break from phonemic awareness, but I do want us to review some of our letter names and sounds. Ready? Letter, picture, sound. L, lamp, O. Letter, picture, sound. P, pan, P. Letters, picture, sound. Q, U, queen, qua. Letter, picture, sound. S, snake, S. Letter, picture, sound. T, top, T. Very good. Well, friends, scientists have a lot of big jobs that they have. They have to make predictions, they make observations about the world, and at home you can be a scientist too. So with our theme today, before we begin with that, we're going to be looking at this word part power. I know we said we're taking a break from phonemic awareness, and as you know, phonemic awareness is our ability to hear sounds in words. Now, when you go to write the sounds, that is when you get to see the sounds in action. So our word part power that we're working on for today is going to be ache. Read it with me. Ache. The letters in the word part ache are A-K-E. Spell it A-K-E. This E makes that A go long. It makes the A say A, but this E actually doesn't make a sound. It's a very, very sneaky E. So again, this E makes the A say A. So when we read this word part, we're going to read it like this, ache. Now over here I have several words that we are going to write together by adding the beginning sounds. I want you to think of the word bake. What sound do you hear at the beginning? Bake. B. So we're going to add the beginning sound of B. And when I add a B to ache, it now says bake. Read it with me. Bake. Good. We're going to write another word here, but I'm going to change the first sound. Now I'm going to change B to What sound do you hear when I say R? That's right. Let's write R. When I add to ache, it now says rake. Read it. Rake. Now we're going to do the next word. The next word I want you to think of is the word cake. K. K. What sound do you hear? C. So we're going to add a C to the word part ache. Read it. Cake. Good. Let's go back to the beginning word. Ready? Bake, rake, cake. The next word I want you to think about is the word part that makes it say oh. The sound that says oh. What sound do you hear? L. Let's write an L here. Lake. Read it. Lake. Excellent. The last word is going to be a blend. That means two consonants are going to be put together to make a sound. The sound, I want you to think, the two letters that say full, full, full. F and L. When I put F and L together, it says full, add ache, flake. Very good. Let's read all the words. Ready? Bake, rake, cake, lake, flake. All of these words rhyme because they all have the same word part, which is ache. How do we spell ache? A-K-E. You can pause the video now if you would like to try to spell these words on your own piece of paper or at home if you have a mini whiteboard. You can also add more words that I may not have included that you can think of yourself. Well, scientists have to do a lot of thinking. They have to make observations, and they also have to do a lot of reading, which is why at kindergarten, this is where you learn how to do all that stuff. So when you grow up, you can have all of these amazing abilities to help you be anybody that you can be. Today, for our awesome lesson and activity, we're going to be learning about gravity. Say it with me. Gravity. Clap it out. Gravity. We're also going to be learning about momentum. Clap it out. Momentum. Momentum is a quantity of motion of a moving object. And basically, we know that moving objects continue to move based on forces in motion. Let's talk about gravity. Gravity is what helps center everything that goes up must come down. So, gravity basically is the force that attracts an object to the center of the earth. Today we're going to be learning a song about gravity. It's done to the tune of London Bridge. It goes like this. Gravity is pulling down, pulling down, pulling down. Gravity is pulling down all around you. Take a ball and toss it high, toss it high, toss it high. Take a ball and toss it high. Will it stay in the sky? Now let's think for a moment. If I threw a ball into the sky, would it stay in the sky or would it come back down? It would come back down. That's gravity. Gravity will pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. Gravity will pull it down all around you. Jump up high and down you'll go, down you'll go, down you'll go. Jump up high and down you'll go. There's a force down below. Gravity is pulling down, pulling down, pulling down. Gravity is pulling down all around you. I want to show you something. I have been looking through so many things that I never knew I had still, like the Barbies I showed you yesterday. So I want to show you something really cool. When I was a kid, there was no such thing as Google. There was no such thing as Siri. I couldn't talk into a computer and ask it a question. There was no such thing as Alexa or Echo or any type of device that would help me understand my world. So we had to read a lot of nonfiction text. Nonfiction means it's real information. So when I was a kid, we had to go to the library and we had to look things up in big books like this. This is called an encyclopedia, and this happens to be a special gift that my parents gave me when I was a kid. They gave it to me for my birthday. So this is called the Random House Children's Encyclopedia, and in it you will find topics about basically anything you're curious about, and it's in alphabetical order. Alphabetical order means it's in order from A to Z, so it helps you stay organized when you're looking for something. I wanted to find more information about gravity. Gravity. What sound do you hear at the beginning of that word? G. What letter says G? G. So G, I would have to continue looking on here. I see balloons and airships. Balloon starts with B, so I'm going to keep going until I find G. And here's the page on gravity. Now, friends, this is not all the information in the world about gravity, but it gives me a really good idea of different types of information that are really easy for me to find on one page. So I want to read to you something really quickly. It says gravity. I'm going to read the caption way over here. I know it's super tiny, but I want to show you what it says. Falling. Earth's gravity makes falling objects accelerate, which means speed up. Their speed does not depend on how heavy they are. A light object falls as fast as a heavy object, unless air slows it down. That's pretty fascinating. I just learned that something heavy and something light travels at the same speed, but air slows it down. There's all kinds of information when we look and investigate. So, tying it into the theme of toys, we have a really big challenge today. Today's challenge is to help us think of a really fun toy that makes marbles travel in different ways. I want to show you what my kids and I played with over the weekend. We played with this awesome marble track. And while this is really fun and cool, not everybody has this at home. So I thought to myself, what could we do to make something similar and still use recyclable products that we have at home and have a fun project to work on today? So first of all, I want to give a shout out to Mrs. Elliott, Miss LaFleur, and Mr. Stroby, and Miss Cassie, the crew at Community Science Workshop, who comes and gives us amazing lessons every Thursday in grades 1 through 5, as well as Tuesdays in kindergarten once a month. You all have been so inspiring to me, not only as a kindergarten teacher, but also as a science teacher. So this project is dedicated to you, and we want to thank you for giving us this idea. So for this project, there's a couple ways you can do it. This is a marble track. By the way, this is Archie, my dog. He's kind of photobombing right now, but he's curious about my project. So a couple of things you're going to need for this project. You could do this on a paper plate. You could also use different snack boxes that you might have lying around, or even cereal boxes as well. You're also going to need some toilet paper tubes, some scissors, and some tape. Another tool you'll probably need are some strips of magazine or maybe some ads. We found some of these. We cut them up into different strips and we used them to repurpose them for our marble track. So this is one way that you can make it. If you want to make a swirly track or a place for your marble to travel, you would roll your paper up like this into a tube shape. Once you do that, you unravel it and it makes a swirly shape. If you want it to be more of a zigzag, you would fold it and crease it just like this, and then decide where you want to tape it down onto the plate. Okay? So once you have your design, your job is going to be to figure out where you want your marble to start and how you want it to end, where you want it to end. You're gonna practice the properties of gravity and see how you can have your marble move up and down, as well as the properties of momentum, which means a moving object will continue to move with the forces that it has. I'm going to show you another example of something you could think of. There's all kinds of ways to do this. In fact, when I taught second grade, it was so awesome because we worked on this for months. Every day we worked on it for about 20 minutes at the end of the day for about 2 months, and my second graders made these humongous towers of marble tracks, and it was so cool because they worked with partners, they stacked cereal boxes, they used all kinds of different tools to help them. So this may look like an ordinary snack box, but when you open it, it looks like this. So another thing you could do is cut toilet paper tubes in different sizes and use cardboard pieces to create your tracks. And again, we're trying to make the marble go from point A to point B with the properties of gravity. So if you challenge yourself to make different slopes go too steep, you're going to find out what happens. If you challenge yourself and make your slopes at a straight angle, you're going to see what happens. So this is my son's Lee's different marble track, and he has this cool little ramp where it's supposed to pop out from down below, down through the ramp. Let's see how it works. Got a little stuck there. a little hard to demonstrate, but you can see. I want to challenge you today because it may not work at first, and you as scientists at home know that when you at first you don't succeed, you try, and try again. Let me show you one last example, which is a little bit more complex. This is my daughter Mayana's awesome ramp that she made, her marble track. Hers has a different opening, and she used a repurposed box with tape, and then hers not only has the ramps, but it also has a maze to try out on the bottom. So the cool thing about this is there's no right or wrong way to do this. You can make it as big or as little. You can use a paper plate and make it flat, make it travel, or you can make a tower and work with someone at home to help you with that. If you don't have a marble at home, you can use a pom-pom. You can also take a little piece of tape and make it into a ball as well. There's all kinds of things that you can use to be creative with this project. You're probably not going to finish this today because it is something that's going to take a long time, and the more work you put into it, the better it will be. So I want to challenge you today to continue working on it throughout the whole week. I can't wait to see the pictures that you're going to post on our Padlet, and let me know how it goes. I'll be very curious to see how awesome they turn out. Today, for your Boredom Buster Challenge, yesterday you were challenged with 15 minutes of time to yourself where you, awesome kindergartner, awesome kid at home, are in charge of your own fun. Yesterday's challenge was 15 minutes. Today's challenge, we're going to add 5 minutes to that amount of time. 15 plus 5, let's figure that out. Say 15, count on. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Today, you're going to be challenged with 20 minutes of Boredom Buster time in which you are going to be in charge of your own fun. What does that mean, Mrs. Watkins? That means that you are going to take a look around, see what's available to you, and figure out how to have fun all by yourself. This is a huge step in turning into a big kid, because that's what big kids do. They play by themselves sometimes, and they have alone time, and they figure out how to have fun with all the amazing things that you have at home. I can't wait to see what kind of awesome toys you make with your marble truck. Looking forward to another wonderful day with you. I hope you have a great day at home with your families. This means I love you and I'm thinking about you. I can't wait to continue to check in. Stay strong and do your very best.